We're here today speaking with Derek Tremblay, headmaster at Mount Royal Academy, about school choice in New Hampshire. Hi, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Lynn. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about what's going on. Lots of big votes going on soon.
Yeah, so school choice, as we know from the Croydon bill, has a lot of momentum right now in New Hampshire. And between the Croydon bill and the Children's Scholarship Fund recently set up within the last 6 years, parents are becoming more empowered to make decisions for their children.
Wonderful.
And upcoming this legislative session, the House is going to deliberate on SB 193, which was already passed by the Senate and is currently in the House Education Committee. And if passed, it could give parents the opportunity to, in a sense, blow open all the doors to all the learning opportunities, both here in the state of New Hampshire and even online.
Really? So explain specifically how that would affect. Do you get a refund? Can you allow your tax dollars to go to another school? Talk specifically.
Yeah, so the fundamental concept of an ESA is similar to a health savings account.
I see.
And what would happen is for every pupil that goes to a public school right now, when that pupil is reported to the state gives what's called the adequacy grant of roughly $3,600 to that district to help support the education of that child.
I see.
Instead of that $3,600 going nowhere, if a student is not in public school, it will be given to the parent in the form of literally a debit card. And then with that debit card, the parent will be able to use a list of, you might say, credible educational services.
Right.
Again, online, homeschooling cost, obviously private school tuition, or if they wanted to send their child even to another public school.
Yeah.
And they would be able to pay for the tuition that it would cost or any of the fees with that debit card.
That's wonderful. That would give parents a really very nice chunk of money to use at another school.
Yeah, and I mean, philosophically, it's about empowering parents. So different than a mindset that the public school is the only option.
Right.
You know, this would be, and what really excites me about this bill is that it's affordable and available to all families.
Yes.
So especially the ones who, for example, if you live in a wealthy school district, you're not going to have as many problems with the education of your child.
Right.
But if you're of a lesser socioeconomic status and you simply can't afford to move and then get your child placed in a better setting, now you will be given the opportunity to do so. So it's not only for those who could afford private school.
Yes.
It's really, the concept is to give all parents more choice.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Now, what's the best way for parents that are interested in this passing to help support this bill?
Just really contact the House Education Committee right now.
Okay.
And then there are plenty of groups like School Choice New Hampshire, Children's Scholarship Fund. They could even contact me directly if they wanted to. There's already petitions that are pretty programmed to help deliver the message.
Yeah.
And really it's just about contacting the legislature, because Governor Sununu was in Croydon to sign the Croydon bill just a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And so there's this, again, real movement towards increasing opportunities for kids no matter where they live. And I think another important consideration as parents are contacting the legislature is to vocalize that this does not cost anything additional.
Exactly. Right. It's not taking any money away from.
No. In fact, the average cost to educate a child in New Hampshire in a district is $14,000.
Yes.
So in most private schools, specifically the smaller ones, we're not talking about the more elite schools.
Right.
They, on average, deliver education at a cost per student of $6,000. And so you start to do the math here, and then on top of that, if you consider the fact that there are approximately 23,000 students not in public schools, that is saving $340 million.
Oh my goodness, that's
so it's
tremendous.
saving school districts $340 million, and that savings will only increase.
Right.
And the funds are not coming from local property taxes, so it's not in any way impacting the municipal base. It's coming out of that general fund, which for education right now, total expenditures are $1.9 billion.
Wow.
So the big issue is how to fund this.
Yeah.
And I know that they're trying to rework the bill right now to make that possible. And if they can, and if enough people really get behind this as parents, I think there could be a transformational change in New Hampshire, and also on top of that, people would want to move here.
Right. It's just a win-win all around.
Yeah. It could improve the aging population, and in the sense of getting more young families to come to New Hampshire, because I think millennials specifically, who are
Yes.
now becoming parents, they really value the opportunity to choose what's best for their child.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Great information.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, and we've got information up if anyone wants to contact and get this thing rolling.
All right, awesome. Thank you
Best
very much.
wishes. Thank you.